Hi people, welcome back to my channel. I don't know how to do an intro, so I'm always super awkward. Alright, so I'm going to make this video. It's playtime with Allie. Short and sweet. Hopefully under 10 minutes. That is the goal. So what is this video about? Well, you are here to kind of basically learn my... Is the camera crooked? Is that better? Yeah, sort of better. Okay, so these are gonna be basically my top tips for how to start a cut. Basically, if you're going to start a diet, a new workout program, any sort of new program, whether you're cutting or even if you're like bulking or something, that as well, for some people could be a little bit different. Changing your diet, your training protocol, all that stuff. The tips that I use when you're getting back on prep, that sort of thing. And these are kind of things that I've just picked up over time, things that I do unconsciously and consciously every single time I start a cut. So I am currently uploading my cutting video. I'm doing like a little mini cut, like a 2-week cut. We'll see. Might do it even when I come back from Vegas, just to kind of, depends on how bad I eat after that, but just to kind of tighten up a little bit before Vegas, give myself a little breathing room. We're going in 2 weeks, so I figured I'd clean up the diet a tad, and you know, I changed up my cardio routine just a little bit. I'm not doing extra cardio, just doing a little more intense cardio, just for a couple weeks to see what happens. So I don't know how much change we'll see. Typically within 2 weeks, I usually see a lot of changes, but then again, I'm not cutting calories. That's not the point. I'm still in my off season, so I don't want to do that yet. So, straight to the point. Tips for starting a cut. Number 1, don't start your new diet or plan on a weekend. Or if your weekend is on a Monday, Tuesday, like your Saturday, Sunday is Monday, Tuesday, don't do that. Like, that's just not gonna work for you. You're gonna crash and burn. There's gonna be more temptations. It's always best to start like on your work schedule, on your routine, and then that way by the time the weekend or your days off come around, you kind of already eased into it, and so you're already in that like mode. So tip number 1. Number 2, this I did not do, and as you can tell, in my video, if you watch it, I will link it here below, but I started off on a weekend, it was totally random. Like the night before, I was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna totally do this. Number 2, I didn't plan it. I just totally jumped into it, and so I hadn't really planned out what I was gonna do with food and stuff, and so my mind just wasn't mentally there. So plan your cut, know what you're gonna do, have a meal plan, a training protocol, cardio protocol, write it out for the week. Every week, start your week out with your whole schedule laid out, your meal plan, whatever it is you're doing. This goes for any sort of routine you're doing, so you can just plug and play. So don't start on a weekend, and plan your cut /diet/prep. Have a start date. Like usually I know I'm gonna start prep January 1st. Like this is my show, so that means January 1st I'm starting my prep because it's this many weeks out. That's just an example. Secondly, I will plan my cut or my prep /diet, whatever. We're gonna call it cut in this video. And then I already know in my mind, like, okay, I'm starting, say we're gonna go with January 1st, so I'm gonna slowly ease myself into it. That's just what works best for me. Some people go cold turkey. They're like full force, normal off-season mode, and then bam, the next day they wake up and it's like they're on prep. I cannot do that. I got to like slowly cut things out. So I'll start cutting out like extra condiments, extra calories here and there. Maybe I won't buy any more fat-free Cool Whip this week. Little things here and there so that when it gets down to I'm officially gonna start prep, it's not like a slap in the face. So that helps me a lot. Have a clear start and end date. Again, this goes with planning your cut. But you don't just want to have that start date. You need to have an end date or an end goal. You need to have a specific goal, whether it be a timeline goal or a weight loss goal, or you're gonna hit a PR, something like that. So you need to have a clear start and end date, all right? Next, set small weekly goals. This again goes into easing into your cut. Give yourself enough time so that each week you can say, okay, I wasn't super perfect on this part, but next week my goal is to be perfect on that, and then from there, once I achieve that, I'm gonna be perfect on this. So say if like you couldn't finish all your cardio, or you skipped a cardio session, you just couldn't do it that week, then the next week you're gonna say, hey, this week I'm gonna focus on being perfect on my cardio. And then guess what? Once you are, it's so much easier. Once you achieve that, it's easier to continue with it and then hit the next target goal. So, okay, so one of the things that when I'm on prep, kind of gets to me is the hardest thing for me to cut out, I guess. It's nibbling on food. Like taking a bite of this, taking a lick of that. Oh, let me try that. You know, those things, even though it's just little, it adds up. Like you could easily be eating 200, 300, 400 calories a day just from like little nibbles here and there. So that's kind of one of the hardest things that I deal with. And I usually ease myself into prep a couple weeks before so that by the time it gets to that official start date, I'm 100%. All right, so set small weekly goals. So once you start, if you're not perfect in the beginning, no big deal. Just set those goals and have a timeline for it. You know what I mean? Write it down. So with that, mistakes happen. So you might have fucked up and eaten a slice of cake. Shit happens. Put a smile on your face, say, you know what? I messed up. I'm gonna just get back on it tomorrow. But eating that piece of cake, feeling guilty, and then saying, you know what, fuck it, I already messed up, I'm just gonna eat everything I want today. No, don't do that. Secondly, don't like fill yourself up with so much guilt that you decide that you're just gonna starve yourself the next day. That doesn't work either. Don't do that. That will also lead to starvation, binge eating. You're gonna hold fat, you're gonna slow down your metabolism. Don't do that. Also, you may just mentally, hold yourself accountable. That plays into the whole mindset thing that I always talk about. You have to have a positive mindset. You have to love your body. You cannot say, I hate my body, I'm so fat, I'm disgusting, I just want to lose weight. Then you follow everything 110% and you're like, okay, well, I'm still not seeing results. Well, mindset has so much to do with it. I can tell you how many times I've been so stressed, so worried about every little thing that I just didn't see the results. Hello? My wizard number? For Vegas? So mistakes happen, don't be hard on yourself. Move on, focus on doing better next time. This also helps me too, and I talk about this all the time, journal your feelings. I keep a journal, I have my passion planner, which I write down certain journal things here, but then I also have a food journal. I write down everything that I've eaten, I write down how much cardio I'm doing, I write down how I feel, also going into like peak weeks and stuff like that, different foods that I ate that maybe didn't sit well with me so that I can remember next time, okay, this is what I did, this is what I didn't like. So that works with everything, with your diet, with your training. If you're feeling bloated, that way you can kind of see like a connection between certain foods, workouts, and stuff that make you feel the best. So journal your feelings. Next, prep your food. You can't start a diet or a cut and say, okay, this is what I'm gonna eat. And then, now if you're a person that like is at home all the time and you don't have to prep your food, okay. But even then, you still have to have like some sort of prep done as far as like at least having the food there, knowing what you're gonna eat ahead of time. But having that food prepped and ready to go makes you more accountable, makes you want to follow it, because it's already there. You don't want to waste it. You went through the trouble of creating it. It's there, staring at you in the face. Eat me. You know what I mean? So prep your food. This one is kind of like, I tell you, this is one of those things that every time I'm gonna start prep, I tell the whole freaking world, y'all, January 1st, it's done, I'm over, like, I'm no fun, don't even talk to me anymore. And I mean that as in like, don't be mad when I go to a restaurant and I don't order food. Like, I warn people, so warn your family and friends, like, hey guys, I'm starting this is what's gonna happen, don't make fun of me, don't give me a hard time. I warn Ashton. I tell him, okay, so I'm starting prep, and then there's this like, I call it this 4-week vulnerable phase, where the first 4 weeks of my prep is the hardest for me because I'm still like, I'm not seeing results 100% yet because it's only just starting, and I'm not super motivated just yet, you know? So I call it my I'm still too vulnerable phase, and like I won't go out to eat, and I won't do other things because I'm like, I just don't know. I can say no right now, but when I'm in the spot, I might accidentally like eat some of that, you know? So no, warn your family and friends, know and tell them, hey, I'm gonna be vulnerable. Hey, this is starting. Please don't give me a hard time. I'm really trying to do this. That's kind of like a tip that I don't think a lot of people think about, but it's super important. Like your support system needs to be there. All right, so my last tip, and this is something that also goes with journaling, and when you plan your cut and your diet, your prep, whatever, remember why you started. Remember why you're doing this. Write down your goals, write down what they mean to you and why you're doing this. Because if you're just doing it just because you saw someone on Instagram doing it and you're like, well, I don't really know if I want to be cutting. There's been times where I've been like, I don't really want to prep for this show, and it is so hard to get into the groove. It is so freaking hard, and I have half-assed it before. So you need to remember why you're doing it, and you need to know that it's something for you that's going to make you happy, and you're not doing it because other people are doing it. So those are my tips. I think that was like 10 tips or so. Hopefully that helps you guys out. Like I said, this is kind of like a mini cut for me. I may continue it after Vegas, depending on how much I eat there and stuff. I'm not trying to lose weight. I don't weigh myself. I'm just trying to tighten up and tone up a little bit, cut out some foods that have caused like extra bloating and stuff, because I've just kind of been eating whatever I felt like eating, just to like look better in Vegas. So yeah, there's that. Thumbs up if you guys like the video. Make sure and subscribe to my channel and be on the lookout. I've got lots of video plans. I've been so busy the past few weeks with work. Like literally we work like, I don't know, 20 days straight. It's been ridiculous. So I just got off work. I have like 20 minutes to film and edit this thing, and I'm gonna slap it on the tube. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys in the next video.